Level 1, the candidate. You are already the best of the best. You've served in the Rangers or the Special Forces. You've earned your tab. You have seen combat that would break most men. You've spent years in the mud, jumping into the dark over Afghan valleys and clearing houses in the heat of Iraqi summers. You are the top soldier in your group, the person everyone looks to when things go wrong. But you want more. You want to be at the very top. You receive a secret invitation, or you find the recruiters in a small, windowless office at Fort Bragg. You fill out paperwork for a unit that officially does not exist. Your friends think you are taking a boring desk job or just doing more of the same training. Your family doesn't know any better. You go through a long list of mental tests and physical checks. They want to find the smallest crack in your character. They don't just want athletes, they want quiet professionals. They want to see how you act when you are tired, hungry, and being questioned by a doctor who knows how to break people down. You pass the first part and wait for the call to the mountains. Level 2, the selection survivor. They send you to the hills of West Virginia. The people who know call it the Stress Academy. For the next month, your world is just a map, a compass, and a backpack that feels like it is full of lead. You are completely alone. No instructors are screaming at you. No one is cheering you on. It is just you against the woods. You wake up in the freezing dark, your breath looking like smoke, and you are given a location. You march, you reach the spot, and a silent man in a jacket writes down your time and gives you the next location. You march 40 miles across high ridges and through freezing cold creeks. You have no idea how much further you have to go. They call it the long walk. Every muscle in your body tells you to quit, and that is exactly the point. Your feet turn into raw meat inside your boots. Your shoulders turn black and blue from the straps. They want to see what you do when no one is watching, and there is no finish line in sight. You start talking to yourself. You see things in the shadows. You want to sit down and wait for a truck to save you, but you don't. You finish the march and stand before a board of senior operators. They stare at you from across a table. They look for ego, for lies, for any reason to say no. You get the nod. You are now selected, but you aren't an operator yet. You've survived the hills, but now you have to learn the job. Level 3, the assaulter. You enter the operator training course. For 6 months, you live in the House of Horrors. This is where you learn how to fight inside a room until it is as natural as breathing. You fire tens of thousands of bullets until your gun feels like a part of your own arm. You learn to shoot with your left hand, your right hand, in the dark, and while moving. You learn to hit a target twice in the chest and once in the head in less than a second. You learn how to pick locks, how to make explosives out of things you find in a kitchen, and how to blend into a crowd in a big city. You are assigned to a Sabre Squadron. Your life is now a cycle of fast deployments and black operations. You are the tip of the spear. You are the one kicking down doors in the middle of the night, in countries that aren't even on the news. You sit in the back of a small helicopter hanging over a roof in a foreign city. You wear night vision goggles that turn the world green. You have about 90 seconds to finish the mission and get out before anyone knows you were there. You see the speed of violence up close. You lose friends, but there are no funerals in the newspapers. Their names are never told to the public. You just see an empty locker and have a quiet drink with the men who were there. Level 4, the sniper. You move into a special role. Your world becomes very small. Just a crosshair and the sound of your own breathing. You spend weeks hiding in the dirt and sweat, watching a target through a long lens. You learn how the wind moves and how the heat of the air changes where a bullet goes. You learn the patience to stay still for 3 days just to wait for a 3-second window. You aren't just a shooter, you're a ghost. You sit on a roof or a hill, watching over your friends while they go through the doors. You are their guardian angel. You spend days lying in the mud, watching a man through the window of his house. You see his face clearly. You see him drink coffee. You see him talk to his children. You know his life. Then the radio says, green light. You breathe out, you pull the trigger, and you watch him fall before he even hears the sound. You learn to live with the silence that comes after. You become a master of hiding in shadows and gathering secrets that go straight to the White House. You are the man they never see, but the one they can't win without. Level 5, the troop sergeant. You've been in the unit for 10 years. Your body is covered in scars. Your knees click every time you walk. Your back always hurts from 1,000 parachute jumps and miles of carrying heavy gear. You have a constant ringing in your ears that never goes away. You aren't the first one through the door anymore. You are the one planning how to break it down. You manage a team of the most dangerous men in the world. You are responsible for their training, their gear, and their lives. You are the bridge between the big bosses and the guys on the ground. You have to look a 24-year-old kid in the eye and tell him he is going on a mission he might not come back from. You deal with the Tier 1 politics, making sure your men have the helicopters and the information they need to stay alive. You spend more time looking at satellite maps and tablets than a rifle. The weight of being responsible for your friends feels heavier than any backpack you ever carried. You sit with the wives of men who died, and you tell them they died in a training accident because the truth is a secret. You realize the unit is a machine, and you are the one making sure the parts don't break. Level 6, the Squadron Commander. You've moved into the offices of power, but you still wear the unit ring. You run a squadron of about 100 men. You are a leader now, and you wear a suit more often than a uniform. You are the architect for missions around the globe. When the president has a problem that needs to disappear without a trace, they call you. You sit in a room at Fort Bragg, watching live video from drones of your men moving through a house thousands of miles away. You feel every heartbeat. You feel the panic when the radio says, "Man down." You have to balance what the politicians want with the reality of the dirt and blood. You've become a politician yourself. You defend your men from the people in Washington who want to second-guess a decision made in a dark room in a split second. You are the one who explains the plan to the generals, fighting for the money and the permission your men need to do their jobs. You haven't fired your gun at an enemy in years, and you miss the simple feeling of the door. Now, you only fight with words and papers, but the stakes are even higher. Level 7, the Unit Commander. You are the boss of the whole unit. You are the gatekeeper. You go to meetings at the White House. You are the person the president looks at when he asks, "Can we do this?" You have to say yes or no, knowing that people will die either way. You manage a huge budget that doesn't exist on any public record. You help create new technology that the regular army won't see for 20 years. You walk through the halls of the compound and see the pictures of the men who have died since the unit started. You knew many of them. You were there when some of them fell. You feel like a ghost among the living. The history of the place feels very heavy. You have to keep the standards high, making sure the unit stays the most dangerous group on Earth even as the world changes. You've given everything to this job. Your youth, your health, and your family. You wonder if the secrets are worth the life you've missed. You are the keeper of the legend, and the burden is yours alone. Level 8, the JSOC Director. You are now at the very top. You are a general. You run the Joint Special Operations Command, the unit, the SEALs, the Rangers, and the secret pilots. You are the shadow leader of the most lethal teams in America. You sit at the big table in the Situation Room, giving advice to the president. You aren't just fighting a war, you are running a global machine of secret missions. You give the order for missions that could start or end a war. You sign off on things the public will never know about. You operate in the gray space between peace and fighting. You see the world as a map of targets. You don't see people anymore. You see high-value targets and risks. You have the power to change history with one phone call, but you have no public face. You are the person who keeps the world safe with secrets. You are surrounded by bodyguards all day and night. You are a prisoner of your own rank and the secrets you know. You are the most dangerous man in the world, and you are completely alone. Level 9, the Ghost. You retire after 30 years. There is no parade. There is no thank you from the public. There is just a small meeting in a hidden room where a few people clap for you. You receive a medal you can't even wear in public. You sign your last papers promising that if you ever talk about what you did, you will go to prison for life. You have stories you can't tell and medals you have to hide in a box. Your knees are broken, your hearing is mostly gone, and you wake up at 4 a.m. reaching for a gun that isn't there. You move to a quiet town. Your neighbors think you worked a boring government job. You are a stranger in your own country. You see a news report about a terrorist killed in a mysterious explosion in a country most people can't find on a map. You know exactly which team did it. You know the sergeant who planned it. You smile to yourself and turn off the TV. You are alone with the ghosts of the men you led and the people you killed. You can't explain the scars on your body or why you spend your nights watching the woods behind your house. You are a star on a hidden wall. You are a footnote in a secret history book. You carry 1,000 secrets in a heart that has become hard from too much violence. You wait for the end, knowing that when you die, your story dies with you. And somewhere in a barracks in Georgia or a base in Kentucky, a young ranger is looking at a poster. He is dreaming of the unit. He is imagining the glory and the cool gear. He has no idea that he is about to trade his life for a world of shadows. He doesn't know about the loneliness or the things he will never be able to forget. But he will learn. They always do. If you've enjoyed the video, like and hit subscribe and tell me in the comments which one I should do next.